Are we going to conduct the discussion today? Yes. Yeah. I am connecting from Puruluvava. We are living in a tree house, and last night also. And I am very happy that the place we are living, and still I can connect to the discussion. So, Dhamma will give the lead to the today's discussion, please.
Asai Swaminan said today, as usual, we read from the Samyutta Nikaya. I am here with Venerable Dhammalankara. He will help with the Pali and Sinhala translations. I will read the English version. And the English is from Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation of the Samyutta Nikaya. Okay, so today we read from...
Good. Please proceed.
Devata Samyutta, and I think Bhante Dhammalankara knows how to do this.
අවසරයි ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ.
No, he can read the Pali and Sinhala version.
එහෙමයි ස්වාමී.
Yes, please.
නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස සංයුත්ත නිකාය පළමුවන පොත් වහන්සේ සඝාතන වග්ග දේවතා සංයුත්තං සතුල්ල කායික වග්ගෝ මච්චරී සුත්තං මච්චරී සුත්තං ඒකං සමයං භගවා සාවත්තියං විහෙරති 제තවනේ අනාථපිණ්ඩිකස් ආරාමේ අතකෝ සම්බහුලා සතුල්ලප කායිකා දේවතායෝ අභික්කන්තාය රත්තිය අභික්කන්ත වන්නා කේවල කප්පං 제තවනං ඕභාසෙත්වා යේන භගවා තේනුප සංකමින්සු උපසංකමිත්වා භගවන්තං අභිවාදෙත්වා ඒකමන්තං අට්ඨන්සු ඒකමන්තං ටිතාකෝ ඒකා දේවතා භගවතෝ සන්තිකේ ඉමං ගාතං අභාසි එක් කලක භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ සවැත් නුවර සමීපයේහි 제තවන නම් අනේපිඬු සිටුහුගේ අරම්හි වැඩවසනසේක. එකල්හි මනා චවිවර්ණ ඇති බොහෝ වූ සතුල්ලප කායික දේවතාවෝ පෙරයම ඉක්ම ගිය කල මුළු දෙවුරම බබළුවා භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ වෙත එළඹියාහුය. එළඹ භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ වැඳ එකත් පසක සිටියහ. එකත් පසක සිටි එක් දෙවියෙක් භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ සමීපයේහි මේ ගය කීය. මච්චරෝව පමාදාච ඒවන් දානන්න දීයති පුඤ්ඤ මාකංක මානේන දෙයයන් හෝති විජාන තාති මසුරු කමින්ද ප්‍රමාදයෙන්ද මෙසේ දන් නොදෙනු ලැබේ පින් කැමැති දානඵල දන්හු විසින් දිය යුතුය අතකෝ අපරාදේවතා භගවන්තෝ භගවතෝ සන්තිකේ ඉමා ඝාතායෝ අභාසි යස්සේව භීතෝන දදාති මච්චරී තදේවා දදතෝ භයං ජිගච්ඡාව පිපාසාච යස්ස භායති මච්චරි තමේව බාලම් පුසති අස්මින් ලෝකේ පරම්හිච ඉක්බිති අන්දෙවියෙක් භාග්‍යවතුන් සමීපයෙහි මේ ගාථා කීය. මසුරු පුද්ගල තෙමේ යමකටම බිය වූයේ දන් නොදේද නොදෙන ඔහුට එයම බියවේ. මසුරු පුද්ගල තෙමේ යමකට බියවේද ඒ බඩසයද පවසද ඒ බාලයාම මෙලොවෙහිත් පරලොවෙහිත් පහන්නේය.
English version.
Asai Swamin said, those who are stingy here in the world, niggardly folk, revilers, people who create obstacles for others engaged in giving alms, what kind of result do they reap? What kind of future destiny? We've come to ask the Blessed One this. How are we to understand it?
Yes.
And the Blessed One says, those who are stingy here in the world, niggardly folk, revilers, people who create obstacles for others engaged in giving alms, they might be reborn in hell, in the animal realm or Yama's world. If they come back to the human state, they are reborn in a poor family, where clothes, food, pleasures, and sport are obtained only with difficulty. Whatever the fools may expect from others, even that they do not obtain. This is the result in this very life and in the future, a bad destination.
තස්මා විනේය මච්චේරං දජ්ජාදාන මලා බිභු පුඤ්ඤානි පරලෝකස්මින් පතිට්ඨා හොಂತಿ පානිනಂತಿ එහෙයින් මසුරු මල මැඩලන පුද්ගල තෙමේ මසුරුකම දුරුකට දන් දෙන්නේය. පින් පරලොවෙහිදී සතුන්ට පිහිට වේ. අතකෝ අපරා දේවතා භගවතෝ සන්තිකේ ඉමා ගාථායෝ අභාසි. තේ මතේසු මීයන්ති අද්ධානංච සහබ්බජං අපස්මින් යේ පවෙච්චන්ති ඒස ධම්මෝ සනන්තනෝ. ඉක්බිති අන්දෙවියෙක් භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ සමීපෙහි මේ ගාථා කීය. යම් කෙනෙක් මග කැටුවෑ යනුවනට ලද දෙය බෙදා දෙන්නාක් සෙයින් ස්වල්පයක් ඇති කල්හි දෙද්ද. ඔහු අධාන මරණයෙන් මළවුන් අතර නොමියෙත්. මේ පැරණි දහමකි.
So, English version.
Swaminanse, sorry, we seem to have confused the suttas here. There are two suttas with a similar name, stinginess. There's Sutta 32 and Sutta 49. So the English we have read is 49, but the Sinhala and Pali version we have been reading is 32. A small discrepancy there.
That means theme is different.
Theme
is different.
Swaminathan, I will read the correct sutta again. This is the 49th sutta, Machari sutta.
Yeah.
Yeda Macharino loke kadariya.
So both of you are in the 49.
Yeah, but now we are in 49. Yeda Macharino loke kadariya paribhasaka anye sang dhadamananang antaraya kara nara. Kīdiso තේසං විපාකෝ සම්පරායෝච කීදිසෝ භගවන්තං පුට්ටුමාගම්ම කතං ජානේමු තං මයන්ති. දෙවි දැඩි මසුරුකම් ඇති පරිභව කරන දන් දෙන අනුන්ට අන්තරාය කරන යම් මසුරු මිනිස් කෙනෙක් මෙලව වෙද්ද. ඔවුන්ගේ විපාකය කෙබඳුද? පරලොව ගියත් කෙබඳුද? භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ විචාරන්නට අවුත් සිටින අපි එය කෙසේ දනිමුද? භගවා යේද මච්චරිනෝ ලෝකේ කදරියා පරිභාසකා අඤ්ඤේ සං දදමානානං අන්තරාය කරා නරා. භගවත්තු දැඩි මසුරුකම් ඇති පරිභව කරන දන් දෙන අනුන්ට අන්තරාය කරන යම් මසුරු මිනිස් කෙනෙක් මෙලව වෙද්ද. නිරයන් තිරච්ඡාන යෝතින් ලෝකප්පජරේ සවේ එන්ති මනුස්සන්තං දලිද්දේ ජායරේ කුලේ චෝලං පින්ඩෝ රති කින්ධා යත්ත කිච්චේන ලබ්භති පරතෝ ආසින්සරේ බාලා තම්පි තේසං නලබ්භති දිත්තේ ධම්මේ සවිපාකෝ සම්පරායේච දුග්ගතිති. ඔහු නරකයටද තිරිසන් යෝනියටද යම ලෝකයටද පැමිණෙත්. ඉඳින් මිනිස් බවට එත්නම් යම් කුලයක වස්ත්‍ර ආහාර කාම සම්පත් හා ක්‍රීඩා දුකසේ ලැබෙද්ද එබඳු දිලිඳු කුලයක උපදී. ඒ අඥානයෝ මෙරමාගෙන් යමෙක් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙත්නම් එයද ඔවුන්ට නොලැබේ. මෙලව ඒ විපාකයි. පරලොවද දුගතිය වේ.
Okay.
So now we all are in the same theme.
Yeah.
So therefore, in English, in simple English, it says good begets good, bad begets bad. Or kalakalade, palapalade is the Sinhala version. Whatever you do will give you the results. So therefore, if you are doing with a good heart and good things, definitely it is going to give a good results. Even if you are with a good heart, if you are doing wrong things, whatever you get, you can bear it up. If you are doing with a bad heart and bad things, that is very clearly explained in the sutta. So you will never get basic needs. You have to always suffer you will in the realm of hungry ghosts and the thirsty ghosts. Or even if it is into the human realm, you have to suffer, you have to earn, like draft animals. But if you are doing bad things, good things, the bad heart, then good things will get results. But you don't feel like entertaining it. You don't feel like getting the benefits of it. So these are the ways it happens. So there are a lot of Western organizations, they are very benevolent, but they don't believe good begets good and the bad begets bad. They don't believe Buddha arose in this world. So they give. So they are getting enough luxuries and amenities, but they are with the depression. They are with the tension and the frustration. They know they won't get satisfied with the luxuries. So they are in the different world. So likewise, we have to understand how lucky we are in the middle class. How lucky we have no malice ideas. We are also doing things. As far as we are living in the world, good begets good and bad begets bad. So therefore, we have to first and foremost thing is make our heart good and beautiful. And whatever we do, usually you can't do bad things. Even such thing happens, no harm, because you can bear it up with the consequences. So that is how simply we have to say, but this is not in the present education system. Present education system is only decisive thing is the qualifications. Your good heart or bad heart doesn't matter. Everything is money made. So ultimately education led the human nature, human being into no shame, no fear, no moral responsibilities. That is why today's the global problems, something like warming and pollution can happen. So each moment we meditate and we practice, we are doing it with good heart because we are doing as this mindfulness, and doing nothing is much better than doing things without understanding. So in the discussion, what we are doing is sharing ourselves with that kind of correct view or towards correct view. That is what I have to say. Anything you have to add, you can put into the discussion. Welcome.
Sai Swamin Wansei, when we read these ancient texts where the Buddha says that one who performs good deeds, they are destined for a fortunate future, and one who does evil deeds, their destiny is the hell realms. We see all these things, but for we as yogis, we do understand to some extent that yes, when we restrain our senses, when we abide by the precepts, then we get some sense of calmness, we get some relief, some stillness, some positive results to this meditation. But still, for normal yogis, they have not developed these faculties of seeing other realms like the heavens or the hells. So they're just practicing by faith. So my question is, how much of this should we take as, just dogma, just things that we hear, that when we do good things, then we will be reborn in heaven? Because we have only experienced very little results as yogis. Like when we meditate continuously, then the mind becomes calm. For many people, that is as much of the good results they will gain. They still don't know about these celestial realms or these realms of suffering. So the yogis are just going by faith. How much of this should be taken as literal, as real? You know, when you do bad things and at the breakup of the body, you will reappear in hell. Or when you do meritorious deeds, at the breakup of the body, you will reappear in the celestial realms.
So that is, even if you are not imposing the celestial realm and the hell, in this very life, you can see people suffering, middle class, as well as the people are well-to-do. So these are very common economical, political situation. But the thing is, whatever the classes, economic classes are there, how much the frustration and tension? Can we say that poor people are with high frustration and tension, and the rich people are with more frustration and tension? It's completely independent. So therefore, even we are not imposing the celestial beings and the hell world, we can show in this very life. So therefore, we have to tell good begets good and the bad begets bad. So that is how the economic and political classes are happening. So karma and the karma results is something mystical. So therefore, the Buddha put one aspect into this karma and karma results. When you do something, before it give it to results, it has to mature. That's called vipaka. Vipaka means it has to be cooked before service. So once it is matured, you may not find the relationship between what you did and what you get, because there's a time gap. That's what this life is finished and the next life is happening. But if you know the theory, you know whatever it happens, whether it is justifiable, it is easy to understand now and then or not, it is happening because of the time gap. So that is the way that the good view, correct view must be there. So in the world, only the Hinduism and Buddhism, sometimes Jainism, accept the karma and the karma result, but not others. But Christian Church also accepted 1,500 years ago, but now they have rejected. Even the Pythagoras accepted it. So likewise, this karma and karma result theory, even though it is considered non-scientific and mystical, which is up to you. If you accept it, you can see the relationship. But even you are not accepting, you can understand. If you try hard, you will get enough results. Not for the lazy people. So likewise, you have to get the short theory of karma and karma results rather than the vipaka and the long theory. So therefore, our life, our monk's life and living in the forest is a very good example. It's a silent sermon for the people because we are happy. We don't have so much of things to worry. So stingy people, miserly people, whether they have or not, they don't appreciate that kind of thing. They are also not in happy. So therefore, we must, if you are living happily, that is a good sermon. That's a kind of exemplifying what is happening. Is it related to your question, or am I taking your bewilderment?
Unfortunately, I am not bewildered.
I also feel unfortunate. Okay.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Swaminathan. There's one question and another response from the Buddha that we are still left with. One question from Devata and the
Yeah.
Buddha's response. Okay, I will read. The Devata said, "We understand thus what you have said. We ask, O Gautama, another question. Those here who, on gaining the human state, are amiable and generous, confident in the Buddha and the Dhamma, and deeply respectful towards the Sangha, what kind of result do they reap? What kind of future destiny? We've come here to ask the Blessed One this. How are we to understand it?" And the Buddha says, "Those here who, on gaining the human state, are amiable and generous, confident in the Buddha and the Dhamma, and deeply respectful towards the Sangha, these brighten up the heavens where they've been reborn. If they come back to the human state, they are reborn in a rich family where clothes, food, pleasures, and sport are obtained without difficulty. They rejoice like the devas who control the goods amassed by others. This is the result in this very life, and in the future, a good destination."
අවසරයි සංස දේවතා ඉතිහේතම් විජානාම අඤ්ඤං පුච්ඡාම ගෝතම යේද ලද්ධා මනුස්සත්තං වදඤ්ඤු වීත මච්චරා බුද්ධේ පසන්තා ධම්මේච සංඝේච තිබ්බගාරවා කීදිසෝ තේසං විපාකෝ සම්පරායෝච කීදිසෝ භගවන්තං පුට්ටු මාගම්ම කතං ජානේමු තං මයන්ති දෙවි ගෞතමයන් වහන්ස මෙසේ මෙය දනුම්හ අනිකක් විචාරමු යම් කෙනෙක් මේ ලෝකයෙහි මිනිසත් භව ලැබ පහ වූ මසුරු මල ඇත්තාහු බුදුන් දහම් සඟුන් කෙරෙහි පැහැදුනාහු අතිශය ගෞරව ඇත්තාහු වදාන්‍ය දන් කලු වූහුද ඔවුන්ගේ විපාකය කෙබඳුද පරලොව ගතියත් කෙබඳුද භාග්‍යවතුන් වහන්සේ විචාරන්නට අවුත් සිටින අපි එය කෙසේ දනිමුද භගවා යේදා ලද්ධා මනුස්සත්තං වදඤ්ඤු වීත මච්චරා බුද්ධේ පසන්තා ධම්මේච සංඝේච තිබ්බගාරවා ඒතේ සග්ගේ පකාසෙන්ති යත්ත තේ උපපජ්ජරේ සචේ එන්ති මනුස්සන්තං අඩ්ඩේ ආජා යරේ කුලේ චෝලම් පින්ඩෝ රති කින්ඩා යත්තා කිච්චේන ලබ්භති පරසම්මතේසු භෝගේසු වසවත්තීච මෝදරේ දිට්ඨේ ධම්මේ සුවිපාකේ සම්පරායේච සුග්ගතිති භගවත්තු යම් කෙනෙක් මේ ලෝකයේහි මිනිසත් භව ලැබ පහ වූ මසුරු මල ඇත්තාහු බුදුන් දහම් සඟුන් කෙරෙහිත් පැහැදුනාහු අන්‍යයන් අත්‍යන්ත ගෞරව ඇත්තාහු වදාන්‍ය දන් සොඬ වෙද්ද ඔහු යම් තැනක උපදිද්ද ඒ ස්වර්ගයේහි මොහු බබලත් ඉඳින් මිනිස් භවට එත්නම් යම් කුලයක වස්ත්‍ර ආහාර කාමවස්තු හා ක්‍රීඩා නිදුකින් ලැබෙද්ද එබඳු ආඩ්‍ය කුලයක උපදිත් අනුන් විසින් රැස් කරන ලද භෝගයන්හි එහි හිමියන් මෙන් සතුටු වෙත් මෙලොව ඒ විපාකයි පරලොවත් සුගතිය වේ. That's all sons.
Yeah, that means with a good heart, whether you good thing or bad thing, you are going to get the results. Even the other going to get earned, you are the person is consuming it. Even if you getting some, so to say, due to your bad deeds, you are going to get some pain, he can bear it up. Because he knows this is because of my failure. So I have to harvest the fruits of my crop. So likewise, if you have the correct view, if you have correct view, you are better off. That is why the rising of the Buddha is a lucky thing. Because he interpret, main thing is correct view. With the correct view, whether you do good or bad, no harm, you can bear it up. naturally, if you have a good view, you are not supposed to. It is not happening bad things. So therefore, that we have to try it. We are in the good view. If it is so, we must be showing a good role model example and let others see this as a role model. We are role models like. So we have to have our faith upon our way of life. Then only we can preach others. That's what the Buddha did. First, he became a Buddha. Till that, he never take time. Once it come, 45 years, unconditional, 24 hours, he started sharing. And even after 2,600 years later, it is thriving. Most of the religions are less than 2,500 years. That doesn't mean there were no other religions. There were earlier. They were not thriving. They have gone. That is, what they have preached is not tested. It is not life tested. So therefore, they have preached, but not sustaining. So we are the lineage, we are the followers. We have to understand it and live as much as possible with our correct view and our deeds, our verbs, to keep it something digestible for the people. Then they are also will get the message. Even the Buddha is not personally here, and they see, still the followers are, ardent followers are basically keep the correct view and keep good deeds or no deeds rather than bad deeds. That is what the monk's life is. That's what the yogic life is. So therefore, each time we are meditating and mindful, we are nourishing this Buddha's teaching, the thriving of the teaching, and on top of that, we are having the discussions, try to share with others, and they also can follow suit, or they can either follow, or they can share their views. That is what I thought of sharing in this moment.
Asai Swamin Wahanse, something that you mentioned about good deeds and bad deeds.
Yes.
Something that I personally find very amazing about the Dhamma of the Buddha is that he says, in the end, a monk should let go of the bad deeds and the good deeds as well. They should let go of all karma, all good karma, and all bad karma, and only then will this meditator find the peace of Nibbana. So many devas, they come to the Buddha saying that you should do good, and many times the Buddha says, even that good itself, one should abandon it. Because when one has a mind that is liberated, there are no any kinds of karma, no good karma, no bad karma. They have abandoned the craving for all karma. I think that is something that is very special with the teaching of the Buddha. It's not just about being a good person, being virtuous, doing kusala karma. You abandon the bad karma, and then you do good karma. And then after you do good karma, you abandon that too, so that there is absolutely nothing left in the world to cling on to. And then one can experience the bliss of Nibbana. Just something I wanted to contribute.
Good. Very good. And 2 points, two ideas I would like to add into or promote your concept that in order to get rid of bad things, bad karma, Buddha is recommending us to do good things. And I think we have done it. We have no purpose of doing bad things. So once you come up to the good, abandoning bad, you have to give up good, or you have to go beyond the good by the better. So our problem is, are we abandoning good at the face of better one? Today world is not even at the Montessori level. They don't understand. Our progress is blocked because of our good things. We attach to good things because we earned it giving up the bad things. But instead Buddha gave a theme. The good is abandoned at the face of better. What's a better? Sila Sikha, moral training, restraint, and concentration restraint, and the wisdom restraint. So in that sense, we monks try our best. But while we are doing, even though we have gotten rid of good things, still the bad results are coming because of our backlog, because of the past karma. So that cannot be explained because we think that once we have given up the bad, only the good karma results must come. No. But to understand karma and karma results, it has the time dimension. When the time dimension happen, the past things still pay off. So that acceptance happen only with the good view. So each discussion, by learning and sharing, we must polish our view, correct view. So that is to call Ditti Jukam. Our thing is fairly straight, but we have to further straighten. So that is a kind of a three restraint we have to do. So therefore, the discussion is a limitless merits. So that is why even from the distance, I would like to participate. And those who are participating, I really appreciate and grateful. So by discussing only, we can refine from the good to better. Luckily, we had good teachers and lineage. They have given us the path. We are following. So therefore, two concepts is give up you must be ready to give up even the good at the face of better. Better is more towards freedom. And the other thing is, even if you are not doing bad things, bad consequences can come because karma has time dimension. So these things are invariably, you will meet up with learning karma and karma theory. Okay, we are proceeding.
Avasrai Bante?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vimal Disanak has indicated that, he wants to talk to. I allow him to talk.
Yeah, 5 minutes available. Vimal, you can take that.
Avasrai Bante, I think I can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, a nice discussion. I thought of sharing. This is a balance, chemistry balance between the heart and the mind, sort of. Actually, I read that one article which you have published over Ceylon Today paper. In that, when I read, 1,000 words, I caught up rather extracted few thoughts which enlighten sort of thinking. So I presented in WhatsApp form. So I will read that thing actually. The heart and the brain, facts of mindfulness, extracted statement. Actually, this is extracted statement. Source, mindfulness for healing the heart and changing the mind. Ceylon Today, column, 6 July 2025. The extracted part, when mindfulness become part of your daily life and livelihood, structural changes in the brain can occur. While the left hemisphere is associated with the logic and reasoning, right hemisphere supports emotional well-being and intuition. When you live with a broad heart and well-developed mindful mind, you radiate a healing energy. By Most Venerable Udairiya Dhammajiva Mahathero. This is the extracted part from your article, Bhante. This is what I want to say. Thank you for the time.
So that means we are again and again representing and presenting the teaching of the Buddha in different languages, even the context and different life experience. So that is what we call the live dispensation. Sajivi Sadham. So we are living in such a transitional world, even though we are far away, we are brought up in the different upbringings and the cultures, we are talking the same thing. So that is the greatest thing in our communication. So I try my best to be with that wave, to ride the wave, be on the ball. And I find so much of other people also with so much of difficulties and distractions still. They somehow or the other work with the live wire. Thank you very much. Shall we stop it or do you have anything to add into?
One last item from me. Just one last thing if... Okay. So I'm not saying I wanted to speak about the topic of today's stinginess. I think stinginess, if we can define it, it means ungenerous or mean with something. And for someone who has material possessions, it is easy to see whether they are stingy because they are clinging to those material possessions. They do not want to share, or they do not want others to enjoy it like they're enjoying. So this is for people who have material wealth. But for renunciates, for monks and nuns who have given up everything, they have very few material possessions that they are allowed to keep. So now the things that they are holding on to, they are even more difficult to give up because they're immaterial things. Things like greed, hatred, or disdain, or delusion. How do you give up something that you cannot see or hear or smell? Just a mental phenomena, something that happens in the mind. I think this is even more difficult to give up than the material things. And that is why the life of a renunciate, the life of a monk or a nun, it is even more difficult, even though they do not have material possessions, based on the fact that it is more difficult to give up these very subtle dhammas that keep us shackled or trapped in this samsara. Would you say this is a correct view?
Yeah, but you have given a bad and assume gain the good. And now from good to better, you have to give up not the material. Now you have to give up your craziness, stinginess, and all the kind of immaterial thing. And verily you mentioned that if you do not see it, you are at lost. Seeing that your very stinginess, seeing that you are very unknown of this your hidden qualities is what you call vipassana. In vipassana, we are not trying to see the fame, glory, or our possession and kind of thing. We find, even though we have given up material, we have clinging to some unknown things. They are immaterial. We can talk with others because they are so much have bad thing and stuck with the materials thing. So we have to discuss and we have to become a reflector or mirror to each other. If the Buddha were there, he had a special knowledge about our underlying tendencies and directed dispositions. But we now, only you have to reflect upon me and I have to reflect upon you. And that is becoming short cycles when you reflect upon yourself in mindfulness. Here, now I am. And when you are sharing your experience with others, others also can somewhat understand parallelly. So therefore, giving up of our good things for the sake of better thing is not so easy. Main thing is you must have that mindset. You must have that the preparedness. And that is what you call correct view. And that is happening only in Vipassana. For that qualification, to gain that qualification, only the Sila, Samadhi, Sikha, and giving up of things are happening. But still not the end of the game. You have to continue. And as you mentioned, it is difficult. No argument. But seeing its difficulty as well as seeing that we have not seen it are great understanding treasures as far as Vipassana is concerned. So we are beginners. We have nothing to claim as experts. So therefore, it is called simply humbleness. So we are not stingy, but we are conservative. We know how to say enough. But we are not stingy in sharing these ideas with the people with the material possession or given up renounced people, and that is what we call in discussion. So you from the other side, other part of the world, coming here and sharing and see the parallelism, it's a marvel. It's a kind of a magic. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Sadhu Bhante Sadhu. That is all we have from this side.
Yeah. So shall we wind up?
Yes, Bhante.
Yeah, please.
For the merits that we have accrued by discussing, sharing and hearing, listening the Dhamma today, we would like to extend these merits to our parents, our teachers, to all beings, far or near, big or small, gross or subtle, seen and unseen. We would like to extend these merits to all celestial beings. May they protect the Dhamma exposition and the Buddha Sasana for a long time, and may the seeds of Dhamma that we have received grow to produce path, fruition, and Nibbana. I invite everyone to join in the recitation of the traditional Pali verses for the sharing of merits.